Today I want to talk about why the goodbyes and the farewells always make me very upset, make me really go insane. The policy in my life has been very, very straight. Don't get into things which you can't handle. Don't get into people whom you can't say goodbye to. But then you know what? It happens. It happens. And it happened right today by afternoon. We were at a project. We were actually on shoots out today, and the session was going on. And this is a project which is very, very close to my heart. In fact, very close to my heart. The person too is my favorite. The subject too is my pet. I sat there, everything was going well. So we had like two sessions. Yesterday it was very involved, very a kind of joy of meeting someone. And the moment I reached today and the session started, and I just kind of remember myself sitting and with all my papers, with all my paraphernalia just around me, and I started feeling little unwell. First, I thought I was imagining. Then I thought perhaps it was lack of sleep. I relaxed. I tried a bit of chocolate here and there. I sort of relaxed. But then I started observing myself. The moment the person came in front of me and sat, session started, we met, everything rolled out, and team took over, and I started going into vacuum, thinking. First, I thought separation. Then I went back to many sequences and I thought, this is the way even the ultimate farewells happen. You never know. And I started becoming very, very senti, and I started kind of avoiding looking at that person. I felt that pang of something, happening. And I dug myself into papers, and I actually, couldn't keep track of anything around. And by that time, I heard when everybody started talking around me. One section had just gone, and I was like, I didn't hear it. Everything was blocked. And something was happening. And it happened every time I saw this person. And finally, I couldn't kind of, put up with it. I could either retire into depression or just keep on looking with longing, with affection, with love, with regards, whatever. But I simply couldn't take myself sitting there and suffering in silence. I had to come out on the paper, I had to tell it. I deviated. I noticed that it was such a beautiful feeling, again, I would say, to feel that way, to feel that kind of connection with the people, because people are the one we take for granted. We think we are going to be every time there. They are going to be every time there. And ultimately, what is the connection between human beings? I mean, what? If you have stuff moving around, it's okay. If you have hundreds of people flanking you and running after you, it's fine. But you know when you are on the path of realization, you are in the path of transformation or self awakening, or you are an artist, you are a writer, you are into any creative zone, you become very lonely in the crowd. So I had this realization that it's very beautiful that I can still cry. It's very beautiful that I can still start avoiding the person I love. And it's still beautiful that this happens. And it's still beautiful that I want it to happen. So, within those couple of hours, things happened. The session went on, photo session again happened. Everything happened. But something was happening on my mind also, in my mind also. And I'm glad that this happens. And I'm glad that sometimes, if I was at the age of 21, if this had happened, and I could have felt that kind of pang and that kind of separation pangs and longing and kind of sentimental stuff, I could have done something rash. But sitting at 44, I just grew up in the moment. I transited very sweetly, but at the same time, given a chance, I could not have held my tears back. I could have cried, which is again beautiful and okay. Who says? Who says that we all live in a vacuum? We don't. Little sensitivity here and there. Leave it alone. Let me see tomorrow if I can get my pictures to share. And now, next would be my favorite writer, Shashi Tharoor, perhaps. Then one day it would be Vikram Seth. Vikram Seth, I'm not going to leave him like that. I would have to cross the professional line there. Just to sit with him. Just to sit with him. Do nothing. Do actually nothing. Because that will be my tribute to him, his beautiful mind, his polished creativity, his hours and hours of effort that have gone into making what he does, and to his mother. Sometimes I believe I am blessed. I'm blessed that I live in my mind, and I'm blessed I let it be a beautiful mind. Good night. See ya.